Hello everybody and welcome to my today's attempt at breaking the Kerbal Space Program All Planets RTA Speedrun World Record. That is a mouthful there, and my webcam is not exactly today's attempt at breaking the Kerbal Space Program All Planets RTA Speedrun World Record. That is a mouthful there, and my webcam is not exactly hold on a second. Oh, sorry, I had the stream up in the background so it was echoing. Okay, so I think we're good now. If there are any other audio or visual issues on the stream, please let me know. I have the chat pulled up right in front of me on my phone. Yeah, that would be absolutely great to know, because I can't exactly monitor everything that I'm speedrunning. Anyway, so we are going to start the run, the speed run. I'm aiming for a time of about 1.5 hours, a significant improvement over the last world record, which was about 3 hours. So let's see. What should I? Oh, decisions. I'm just gonna call it speedrun. Anyway, after I start, I will have very little downtime. So, without further ado. Okay, one is start, right? Yeah, one is start, so I can reset that. Alright, oh. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the first mission that we're going to do in this career is going to be gathering science from the launch pad, except unlike other previous speedrun missions, this is going to be a lot less, because I've optimized the science route. So literally all we're going to do is we're going to take a Mark 1 command pod, and also I have the DLCs installed, and then just launch it, basically. And the reason is this: we only actually need 10 science for the mission I'm going to do next. Most people do more to unlock the barometer to get more science, but for the route that I'm going, I don't actually need that much science. All we need is the crew report from the pad, the EVA report from the pad, store that, and then an EVA report while jumping. And that, if I remember correctly, should be all the science I need. Also, my camera is in the way of my altimeter. I probably should have checked that beforehand. And that will be absolutely disastrous if I keep it right there. So let's get that changed. Hopefully that's a decent spot for it. Anyway, so now we're going to accept our next 2 contracts, which is launch the vessel and escape atmosphere, and unlock these 2 science nodes. Now, our next mission, which is going to be actually our first launch, we're going to take you 2, 4, 5 engines. And I did a test of this where I only needed a little bit of science, but I actually am going to end up needing more, so I'm going to put 3 on instead of 2 like I did last time. Mostly because there is another tech node that I kind of forgot to get because I did things weird in testing. But anyway, this one will get us into space. And hello to everyone watching there. Thank you for the shirt compliment, Bruce Wayne. And hi, Nathan. And hello to the Wolfen. The Wolfian. Yeah, the Wolfian. Okay, and then we just launch. And we're going to do low atmosphere science with the goo and the thermometer. The thermometer. And then, once we're above 18 kilometers, we will do our next 2 bits of science with those 2 things. Wait, did I? Yeah, okay. I am going to go high enough. I forget if it was 5 or 6 fuel tanks. It's 5 that I needed. And then, once we're in space, we're in space now. I'm going to do the goo, the thermometer, and the crew port. Usually in routes, you'd have the astronaut complex upgrade already and do an EVA to get even more science, but I don't actually need the science for the route I'm going because I am going very minimalistic with this sort of thing. So, I'll just re-enter the atmosphere. I usually have this set to 600, but since it's heavier than my last runs because of the extra science experiment, I set to 650 meters above ground level. How is the audio balance level between my voice and what's happening in the game? Is it okay, or... Because I know that was a bit wonky last time. I just want to make sure that's okay. Now, hopefully I'll have enough science for the nodes I wanted, because I didn't actually test this part. This was kind of spur of the moment. I tested it, but it was wrong, but I managed to get a contract to unlock the part that I needed. But yeah, anyway. So if I do that, and that, I will have enough science to unlock the heat shield. Okay, so we are good. Now at this point, we want to do our upgrades. We're gonna want to upgrade research and we're gonna upgrade mission control, and we're gonna upgrade tracking station because patch conics are important. Then we're gonna go into mission control and get some high value contracts to upgrade our launch pad. So now that we have the launch pad, we have like 0 money, and now we're gonna cancel the contracts. But because we have 0 money, we can't have any less than 0 money. And then we're going to accept 1 more or 2 more random ones, so we have enough money to actually build the next rocket. The next rocket, we are going to go to Minmus. We're going to completely skip the Mun for now, because Minmus has a higher value science. Except this, okay, it's going to be easier for me to do it than explain to you what exactly it is, honestly. So, if I do, 2 of those. I should only need 2. More would be useful, but not needed. Terrier. And then 3 of these. Let's go up a bit. And this design is very close to the one that Mr. Shannon used in his run. His previous world record run. I have a few differences, though. One, I am not putting nose cones on the boosters, and I'm not using fins. This is mostly because it keeps the part count down, so I don't have to upgrade the vehicle assembly building. And any efficiency losses from that are made up by the fact that I have upgraded the tracking station and can use my fuel more efficiently. And I actually do need to use my fuel way more efficiently than in previous run attempts. Because, hold on a second, am I good? Do I have everything? I am pretty sure I have everything. Because I need to do a lot more than just go to Minmus with this one. The thing is, oh, I can't afford to launch it? Okay, I'm like $500 short or something like that. Anyway. So, that's not a problem. We'll just go and accept a random contract. And then we'll launch it from here. Wait, no. Sorry, we need to upgrade the astronaut complex, which is 75,000. So we are going to need more contracts. I forgot about that part. We will upgrade you. We will cancel all of you. We're ripping these guys off, but, you know, that's fine. I almost forgot to do that. And now we need enough to launch the ship, which is like what? I honestly, I don't really care, so I'll just take whatever. Yeah, anyway. As I was saying, this ship needs to do a lot more than, like, in the previous run. The Wolfian says, so this whole run is getting the cow controller as fast as possible, then going to all the planets. So, yes, exactly. Anyway, so this ship, the difference between, like, okay, so in his run, Mr. Shannon's run, he used 2 of these ships, one for the Mun and one for Minmus. In this one, I am just sending the one to Minmus. But I'm not just sending it to Minmus, I'm sending this guy to plant a flag on Minmus, and I'm also sending him to fly by the sun, or orbit the sun briefly, and then I'm going to send him on a flyby of the Mun. That will get him enough experience to get to level 3, so that he can pilot the next ship, which is our workhorse ship, more effectively than the previous one. Then what? I can't speak right now. I'm trying to fly and speak at the same time. Oh hey, Mr. Shannon. Mr. Shannon's in the chat. This guy's the current world record holder. Okay, and then safety. In Mr. Shannon's run, I can't speak. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna shut up for a bit. Seeing this. Oh boy. Quality commentary. Commentary 100. So yeah, we're going to Minmus, and we're going to do science high above min-miss, low above min-miss, and on min-miss, which is what the 3 goos are for. We're also going to get science from around the sun, and science from high above Kerman. We don't need to do high above Kerbal. We have enough science to not need to do that. I did this ascent really wrongly. I have to spend a lot of extra time warping, but, you know, that's fine. It's fine. We've got plenty of margin. The stage usually runs out of fuel right before we're done with this run. Or close to that-ish. Yep, and hey, there we go. And previous runs did not have patched conics at this point. Fortunately, I was able to route that in. It is definitely very beneficial. I'll just warp until that matters. And then I can do the anti-null burn. And land on Mimus somewhere. It doesn't really matter where, since we're only going to do one biome. And also, Mr. Shannon. I just want to point this out. Mr. Shannon currently holds the 100% world records and the All Planets RTA records with the same run. I am just going for the 100% RTA run and not the 100%. Sorry, I'm going for the All Planets RTA run and not the 100% run. Anyway, okay, so high above Mimus, and we're going to do some Sciencio now. Also, I don't think I actually have to upgrade the VAB at all. I forgot to do the crew report. Yay. Okay. There. Crew report, and then we can take that. And then be done. Okay. So now we get to the low above Mimus, which is like... What's the threshold for that? Like, what? 25,000? Yeah, approximately. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Also, why is this pop-up right in the middle? That is annoying. And the eagle-eyed among you will notice that I have not unlocked the barometer. That is because I actually found out that I didn't really need it for the amount of science that's needed to unlock the cow thingy. Yeah. And we should be good there. Alright. Hopefully I don't crash. Oh, nope. Hopefully I don't crash. Almost crashes. Yep, and Jeb. Death number 1. Oh, hey, he survived for a bit at least. Okay. SAS needs to be on for this. We didn't route Bob out for nothing. I just alt-tabbed out of the game. Okay. I really shouldn't be wasting fuel. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna load again. This is going so well. But, you know, I'll take what I can get. Yep, we're going too fast again. This is the first... Okay, maybe I've just been practicing with the warp ship too much. Maybe I just don't... Maybe I'm used to, maybe I'm just so used to flying the, IFCM ship that I can't fly normal ships anymore. Yes, Mr. Shannon says, here's hoping you don't have a crash montage like I did. Oh, I can guarantee you that there's gonna be crash montages galore in this if it's anything like my last run. I'm not sure if you mean actual ship crashes or game crashes, but there will be both. Alright, finally, after how many attempts, we will do the goo, we will do the crew, and we will do the hot and cold. Thermometer doesn't ride with you and goo. Wait, did I say no? Collect, take, EVA, store. Now, in this rule set, you don't need to plant flags everywhere. Oh boy, this is time waste, but it doesn't really matter much. But actually, in this particular route, I do need to plant a flag on Minmus because I need the extra experience to get Jebediah to level 3 so we can pilot more efficiently. Yeah. I can't press OK because I didn't enter anything. That's weird. Okay. And I think I have everything. Okay. So now, our next step. We are actually facing pretty darn close to minimus prograde, so we can just burn straight up. We're going to go into solar orbit to get Jed more experience. And there we are. I went too fast. I want this to be as low relative velocity as possible, so... yeah, close enough. Okay. So now the ship is in solar orbit, and we don't really need this extra science, I don't think, that much. We might need a little bit, but I'm going to do the science here anyways, just in case. Oh, we need to take data. EVA. Okay, so now we need to get back to Kerbin's sphere of influence, and on the way back to Kerbin, we need to catch a Mun encounter. And I believe it's this way. Point. Just eyeballing that. And yep, there is our Kerbin encounter. Oh. Did I miss that? Yeah, that is a, whoa, that is a very interesting orbital path. Loop. Gravity assist 100. I love the way that looks. And again, we don't, yeah, I want to be on the safe side with science since, like, I don't want to have to do the extra emission, so it's better to take the extra 30 seconds to do this. Oh, I have a crew report in there. So if I take the data, give the report. And I want to make sure I took all of the goo, right? Yep, I took all the goo. So now I can just crew report. And I am done with all of my science for the entire rest of the playthrough. Oh, and I overshot. Okay, but that's not a problem. We have fuel galore. In fact, this is honestly probably quite a bit overbuilt. Like what I have, what is it? I wonder if it'd be more efficient to take the Science Junior Bay with me, and if we, yeah, because we can unlock it after that mission. Anyway, because we have like a kilometer per second left after this mission. So there is probably a more efficient way to do this, but you know, I haven't found it yet. Now this parachute I will set to 550. I'm feeling a bit adventurous today. The guys on this beach are gonna get quite a show. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna set that altitude up a bit because I deployed that too late for it to have a full drogue slowing effect. So yeah, which turned out to be the right decision because I was like 1 notch away from crashing there. Save and recover. So now we have our first 3 missions done, and there will only be 1 more mission as opposed to the other. I think this is the lowest number of missions in an RTA run. So now, if you're not familiar with the warp ship glitch, or IFTM glitch, I think that's what it's called, basically, it works like that. I'll explain how it works while I'm building it, because I'm trying to research the right things now. I need this node, I need this node, and I need this node. I also need this node, and this node, and this node. And I'm pretty sure that's all the nodes I need. We have a full extra 49 science, so there is some more trimming that can be done. Right, we're building the warp ship, so basically, words, Steven. So, first things first, we unlocked the struts node because I found a setup that works. We're going to turn on rigid attachment on the pod. We're going to do it on the reaction wheels as well, and we're going to have 4 of these. Then a fuel tank with rigid attachment, and we're going to take this Terrier engine. Now, Mr. Shannon explained it in his run a lot better than I did, so you can watch his. I highly recommend you watch his, actually. But basically, I can't think. So his was a lot more high-tech than mine. Okay, sorry. Just explain the... Okay, I'll... and my timer is right over top of my translation buttons, so I have to fiddle around with it to get out of the way. Anyway, so basically, there's this thing in the game, which was added in the DLC. It's called the Cal 1000 controller, which is right here. And what this does is it allows you to automate robotics to a certain extent. But what you can do is you can assign thrust values to this. So if I select the Terrier engine here, no, that's the fuel tank, the Terrier engine here, we can take the throttle axis and plot a path for this. But the thing is, you can set this negative. And negative throttle doesn't actually produce negative thrust, but it generates fuel out of thin air. So you set it in the middle, it'll generate fuel. Now, what we can do with that extra fuel is quite interesting. We can take our other Cal 1000 controller over here, use action groups, and set this throttle. Now, this is going to be a bit more involved. I want to be able to have some fine control of the engine, so I'm going to add a point here and here. And I don't want the thrust to be like a bajillion, so I'm going to get like vertical and then take it like just a few pixels off of vertical. Because, like, I can't actually use most of the vertical because the thrust would tear the ship apart. But yeah, we can. They didn't constrain the thrust values between 0 and 100, so we can have negative thrust generating fuel on the LV909. And oh shoot, I just did this for the Terrier by accident. Oops. So I need this engine and do the throttle. Oh boy. Then we can paste it into here. And then so I now have the infinite thrust section that I can use to control the ship with. And now I'm going to put this row up at the top, and this row up at the very top, so I can still like move the mouse from here to here, and have normal thrust control, then have a maximum thrust section over here, and then have a warp drive thrust section over here. I also need to I need to take this from off. I need to take this to independent throttle. So next, I need a battery. On top of here, I'm going to turn rigid attachment on that as well. I remember I had 4 reaction wheels here. And then I'm going to have 2 sets of drogue chutes. One for Eve, and then one for someplace else if I need them. I don't think I need them anywhere else, but you know, the aerodynamics of the ship has probably changed. Rigid attachment. No, auto strut. But you go to the root part, and you go to the heaviest part. So do you. And we're going to put a little 0.625 meter heat shield there. Hoping I didn't figure anything. It's worth taking like the 1 minute here to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, because I'm going to be with this ship for the next hour plus. Solar panels, yes, okay. I almost forgot the solar panels. That could have been bad. I mean, technically the engines have alternators, but you know, it's good to have these just in case, like, I get stuck in space somewhere with and like time warp out of energy or something like that. I'm not sure if that's entirely possible with the current setup, but you know, anyway. Now, if I did this right, Jebediah should be level 3. Yes, Jebediah is level 3. That will allow me to do targeting. Well, and okay. So now we can launch this. Did I press lead? No, I didn't press launch. Okay. Okay, 22 plus, almost 23 minutes in, and I think we are ready to launch our first warp ship. Now, we will take this to the Mun first, just, like, gets close by, and it's, like, low rate. Like, if we figure out something wrong, we can easily go back and relaunch it. Let's just get it right above us so it's simpler. So, now, I can't pilot this with the keyboard, unfortunately, so first of all, I need to set the Terrier in the middle, because sometimes it doesn't. And, big quick save here. That's quick save number 2, in case we, yeah, stage the engines. And, okay, so now I have fine control over thrust from here to here, but if I bump it up to here, it goes insane. Now my throttle is currently 100, and I can set it up to 1,000. Okay. I can usually bump it up to about 8,000 before it goes like completely whack. But that's dependent on the thrust curve, and the ship is different every time I build it, so you never know. So hopefully we'll be able to get good performance out of this. Much above 8,000, and there's random phantom torques that can rip the ship apart. After the end, like, you know, acceleration can be like really nasty. So we can go with throttle 596, not fast enough. 5,000. Yeah, I'd say 6,000 is a good maximum throttle, and the ship is behaving wonderfully. Like, this is probably the best handling one I've built so far. And my maximum acceleration is 273 Gs, which means it is not accelerating as fast as I wanted to, but I can do 2 times time acceleration and still have it be reasonably stable. So now, if I just bend down a little bit, I pressed X by accident because I'm still used to normal throttle controls. I can get all the way there. Oh shoot, that is too fast. Can I slow down in time? Can I burn off to the side of the... Oh shoot, I accelerated to the ground. Anyway, let's load that quick save. That didn't happen. I'm so good at this. I'm really good at this. I'm extraordinarily good at landing. But you know, whatever. I should probably read the chat at some point, but I'm too focused on actually trying to land, so I will do that when I have a moment to breathe. That is the wrong engine controller. You, engine controller. Fire up the engines. I'm gonna crash if you don't do your job. Please don't crash into... Okay, yeah. I messed this up big time. I messed this up really big time. Okay, the engine controller is on this side. I swear if I've messed up the run this early into it. I'm not even... What am I doing? Quick save, Okay, so, reading chat, I lost a run to not having my landing gear below my engine, did not realize until landing like 3 days later. Yeah, that is a big problem, and I'm pretty sure this landing gear is below. Nathan Huber says, this is entertaining. I'm glad you think that, Nathan. Thank you. Now, in practice, I've gotten like 800 or so G-forces out of this design, but this one's only going up to like, what is it? What was it? Almost 300, which is fine. I don't really mind that much. It's not actually that much of a change. I'm going to set my altimeter to above ground level, and it's not going so well. If it was day, this would be a lot easier. Okay, this is probably the roughest warp ship landing I've had in a long... Stop going up! Okay, I did a practice run earlier today, and I was able to do the whole thing in an hour and a half. But I'm not sure if I'm going to get better than that in, like, this official recorded one. Yeah, anyway, we are on the Mun, and wait for the speedometer to reach 0. Quick save. Okay, we've finally done that. Finally! Mr. Shannon says he might have to try this with the 1800 G ship. And yeah, 1800 Gs, wow, that it would be definitely quite the improvement over what I have currently. Anyway, so now, the previous record, I didn't watch the whole way through, I'll be honest, but if I remember correctly, at least for the first few launches, he did maneuver nodes. Like, at least for the first few interplanetary transfers, maneuver nodes were used, and transfer windows were used. But the thing is, we have broken the laws of physics with just a few little computer robotic arm controllers. So, physics has no power over us anymore. We can do whatever we want. Who cares about transfer windows? So now what I'm going to do, basically, is I'm going to burn straight towards the target, which in this case is Eve, time warp a decent ways. I should have accelerated faster. And when I notice that my target and prograde markers are deviating too much, I'm going to alter that and basically put prograde back towards target, or if I'm slowing down, put retrograde towards the anti-target marker. And then once I'm close enough, that is, yeah, I'm definitely not going fast enough for this particular one, but yeah. Also, Eve's really hard, which is why I'm going to Eve first. So if it doesn't work, I can abort the run. Okay. Eve, which, okay, there we are. Now, Eve, I have to be careful, because, I swear, I was actually decent at this when I tried it. I'm just, I guess, like, I don't like being in front of the camera or something like that. I opened the Terrier menu again. It's this controller. Oh boy. And, oh shoot. I forgot to set the Terrier to the middle again. And I burned too far. There, that's good. That'll take me to land in the... I'm gonna land the water with that. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I just have to be careful. Burn a bit, this way. I'm going too fast, aren't I? Yep, I'm gonna hit the atmosphere. Going at like 5 kilometers per second. No. I'm going. Nope. I timed that perfectly. So now I'm in the atmosphere and I can slow down to like a speed where I won't burn up. And I accidentally went up. Nope, no, okay, I'm going down. Alright, we're good. The Wolfian says I tried doing a sandbox all-round trip with one craft, but you can't beat sending multiple craft at once. That was my initial logic, and in a glitchless run, I think that would make sense, but, I mean, granted, I haven't completely tested it and timed it, but the time it would take to get the ships to orbit, unless you launch them all at once, which is actually a good idea, I found in the comment of Shan's video. But, like, if you have a torch ship, and you speed up to the point where, time warping there only costs a few seconds, the extra scene changes might cancel the advantage of that out. Nope, and I did that wrong. Okay. I'll set this to radial out instead of retrograde. And we have landed on the hardest body of the game to return from, but we have infinite thrust. We're not going to let that stop us. Anyway, not infinite thrust. We have, like, whatever, something like that. So, name, quick save, and ascent. We're going to Gilly now. Now, the actual order of the planets, that I'm going to doesn't really matter that much. It's more of, like, what's closest. So... Oh, shoot. Stop. This is not good. Okay, there we go. Never mind. We're good. Okay, we're good. We're good again. So, first, I don't know how to use, like, the actual splits tool on, like, LiveSplit or any of those other apps. But if I did, it probably wouldn't be worth it, because I tend to go in a different order each time. 37 kilometers. So now basically this is the most annoying part. I wonder if oh, and hey, at that point it switches to orbit and radial out isn't radial out anymore. Isn't up anymore. Calm down, take your time, he says. Okay. I will attempt to remain calm. the Mammoth, yeah, they're talking about Mammoth engines in their runs. I have not seen the run in question though, so I don't think I can comment on that. Anyway, we're now going to warp speed across to Gilly. That was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. We're going way too fast for this until we get out of the atmosphere. Alright. I should not do this at times 4 warp. Times 2 warp is fine. Okay. Oh hey, we got a Gillian kind of right off the bat. That never happens. Oh boy, that is too fast. I went too far. I went too far. You went too far. Since I haven't wasted, like I think it would take more time than actually just like just reversing course. Nope, that's the wrong way. 90. Okay. Why do I keep overshooting? Okay, that'll be fine. At least I'll land the day now. That's a plus. I'll land the day now. I'll land the day. I guess I might just be used to the handling of my test ship. The handling of this one is significantly different. It's quite lower acceleration, but the actual maneuverability is way better. It's kind of random. Now, sticking the landing here is going to be a bit troublesome. Time warping down to the surface. I wonder, since there's so many light places, you think the camera might be... Oh, the camera fell down. The camera might be delayed from the audio, says Sarah. This is gonna take me like an extra minute, isn't it? You know what? I don't care. I'll do this. I'm probably just gonna end up making it worse. Wait for the speed to be 0. Yep, speed is 0. We are officially landed. Okay. Oh, shoot. Did I just stage? I'm staging. Where do I disarm? Which ones are armed? Disarm. Disarm. Okay. Anyway, what's next? Moho. Moho is right above us, so we can go. Also, the acceleration is lower on my other ones, but this never gets old. Just going and then the planet drops away behind you. Granted, it's not a planet, it's a potato. Okay, someone's saying Gilly Gang, Gilly Gang. Camera might be a bit delayed from the voice audio. I do not think I can fix that, unfortunately. And turning around is definitely can be a very efficient way of doing things. So, what if I do it this way? This way I'll get my encounter better, and then I need to go south. And that's close enough to do a correction later. Am I going 100 kilometers per second? Okay, yeah. In some test runs I am going 300 kilometers per second, but that was with my sandbox run. One of the key differences between my my warp ship and Mr. Shannon's warp ship, mine is built at a much lower tech level. I think, I forget if it's the Cheetah or the Bobcat, but he used one of those DLC engines, which has a lot higher thrust and is a lot more effective, like in thick atmospheres, and just acceleration in general, and like actual landing legs. And I'm trying to do it with an LVT-45 and some girders. That was a... I used the wrong velocity display. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, if I want to do this an hour and a half, which is basically my benchmark goal, I have Moho, 5 moons of Jewel, that's 6, Duna and Ike, 7, 8, Drez, 9, Elu, 10. I have 10 more planets to land on, and 50 more minutes to do them. So, that's like, what, 5 minutes per planet. I can do that. Unless my game crashes or something like that. I was able to do a similar comparable pace in my practice runs, but, you know, this is not going as well as the practice one runs, quite frankly. And if possible, I would like to land on the day side, so I'll flip that. But granted, there's a lot of time saves I can do compared to, like, my run. Like, I saw an Easter egg and landed near it on Tylo. Oh, nope. Wrong. Bye, Jeb! That was too fast. You are my throttle. I see the F's for Jeb. But don't worry, he's alive. This is nothing compared to the amount of times I was trying to bob on, no. Escape. Yes, okay, I think he's gonna live through this one. Oh shoot, I didn't cut the throttle in time. Okay. Okay. So now if we go down a bit, and then go up a bit, and then this will be my final landing burn. Nope, nope, went up too far. Okay, this is good. This is fine. Oh, nope. Oh, nah. I was land for a second, but I wasn't at 0 velocity. Yeah. Mr. Shannon is saying that in his thing he used the skiff because he was worried about Eve's sea level efficiency. And yes, I like initially did this test run, like not today's test run, but yesterday's test run, and I was like, okay, I'll just do this tomorrow. Then like in bed, I'm like, wait a second, the specific impulse is like terrible, like at sea level, and I'm like, I had to go to the wiki to check it. But it does get some thrust at sea level, and because we can generate some thrust, we can generate infinite thrust pretty much, just because of this wonderful, wonderful exploit that has been discovered. So next, we are going to go to Duna, and we are at 42 minutes. So if I can get in this, so I can get land by 47 minutes, I think that would be an okay pace. That's close enough to an encounter. Let's go. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. In previous versions, I had to use the drogue chutes for landing on Eve, but this one it stayed upright somehow. In my glitchless run, I think the last time I did this, it took me like, what, 2 hours to get to Duna? And here we are, 43 minutes in, about to encounter. Actually, I think I could do with a bit more acceleration. And I think I can alter the curve now, but because it handles so well, I don't really want to risk it. Okay, now we have a day... Oh, I don't want to land the poles. The poles are terrible on the eyes if you have optical light boost. Like, scene lighting boost or something like that. Whatever it's called. Okay. Duna, the red planet, Mars. Sorry, Elon, I'm here first. Oh, no. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Yep. No. Okay, nope. Elon gets there first. Okay. But we are on course to land by 47. And, I'm not even gonna bother. That's too fast again. Lots of F's in the chat. There's gonna be a lot more of those. It's this one. Also, something I noticed, not as much with this one, but with my other craft that I tested with it, the performance of the engines, like, seems to be, the handling, like, above a certain speed, the handling gets weird and it starts spinning around weird. The handling is different after a very quick load. This one seems to be consistent so far. But, like, for some reason, Elon hacked me, so I'd crash. Yeah. But, you know, he did, the Boeing CEO is like, we're gonna be Elon Mars, and Elon literally replied, do it. So, he seems to be okay with the competition. Granted, the competition can't, never mind. I'm not gonna, this is not about aerospace politics, this is about speedrun and Kerbal 6 program. Okay, so, we are, what's our altitude? 1500, that is low. I so want to use shift and control because I'm used to that. Oh, no. Radal out. Okay. There we are. Okay, and Houston, the warp fast has landed. Okay, we're good. Now, Ike, I'm actually gonna just time, oh no, Ike's tidally locked, so time warping won't help. Anyway, I keep throttling it like normal. Oh, shoot, that was a bad idea. Did I click save on Duna? And we left before, before 47, so we are on a good pace. Oh, hi, Katie. Katie's here. Open editor. Good, we did save on Duna. I have currently made it to the Mun, Minmis, Moho, Eve Gilly, Moho. I already said Moho. Mun, Minmis, Moho, Eve Gilly, Duna. So that's 6. Yeah. That's 6 of them, I think. With the warp ships 5, though. Hey, there's Ike off in the distance. Katie says, well, glad I won on that rocket. I really don't, unless you like being subjected to, 270 G-forces. Alright, we are now close to out of the atmosphere. So we can save and warp speed ahead to Ike. I like Ike. At this point, we can wait till our periapsis touches Ike, and there we are. Oh shoot, we are going too fast. Okay, brake. Brace for impact. Except with this one, we're barely grazing the surface, so if we are indeed going too fast, actually no, we're going at good speed. We could just like simply pull up and be out like that. Mr. Shannon says he got so used to throttle while mouse practicing that find it strange to use control and shift now. That's interesting. Like actually, there is some. Oh shoot, I time warped the wrong way. There is, yeah, I can get the appeal of this. I mean, especially because you can warp speed, but you know. I do think it's clunky. Like, if there was a Z and X, like a full throttle and zero throttle, like a binding key, I think I could get used to mouse controls. Like, because like I keep going to rendezvous and I keep pressing X, expecting it to cut off, and I overshoot because of that. 800, 700, 600, fire the engine. Also, I must say, the new planet revamps are amazing. Also, just For those who haven't got, I am playing in 1.9. The most recent version is 1.10, but I have not gotten that version yet. Okay, we are now on Ike. And we are at 48 minutes. Wow. What's next? We've done Moho, Eve Gilly, Kerbal, Duna, Drez. No, not Drez yet. We have not gone to Drez yet. Jewel is like right above us, so let's go to Jewel. And then we'll do Elu after that, then Drez, and then head back to Kerbal. I press C. That is a picture screenshot. We're gonna leave the world behind. I love that. That never gets old, just warping away from the planet like that. It's even better when you have like what is it? I don't even know. Anyway, we have a Jewel encounter. We can warp ahead, and we'll be fine. These spaceships. The Wolfian says these spaceships are so fast that the fastest ones can reach the speed of light in 3 hours. Yeah. On one of my test runs, I started at Jewel, and actually I think I started on Lathe or something like that. And I got bored and I set it at maximum throttle towards the sun to see how long it would take to get there. I think it got there in like 2 hours, and it was like 10% of the speed of light. So that's like, some of these ships have 10 times the acceleration that this one. Not this one. This one's weak. This one's actually very puny in terms of acceleration compared to the other ones. Oh boy, that is not, which closest? Let's go to Paul, something. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if they are going to patch it in 1.10 or not. Actually, Bop is right there. That is very... Bop is easier to get to from our current location than Pool is, so let's go to Bop instead. Okay, we have an encounter. That is good news. Hopefully this won't be like Gilligary overshoot. Yeah. So what? We have Moho, Eve Gilly, Munmimus, Ekduna, Drez, 5 moons to Jewel, so that's 13, and then Elu, so that's 14. So we have 14 planets and moons to land on. How many have we done already? Moho, Eve Gilly, Duna. I can't count right now because I'm trying to land. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. I'm just gonna... There is definitely oodles of room for piloting optimization. Anyway, so we've been to Moho, Eve Gilly, Munminmus, that's 5, Duna Ike, and now Bop, so that's 8. So we are more than halfway through as far as like the raw number of planets is concerned, and we are 52 minutes in. So if I want to beat my goal, I am like what? I have like 38 minutes left. Okay, the pole is right there in the sky, so we can do the target. And my favorite moment of all of the points, we were like. We are only at 270 Gs, but it's fun at 800 Gs. It's really... Alright, good night, Nathan. Nathan's saying good night to me. encounter. Okay. Oh, that is not good. We overshot by a large mega mile giant. More than a mile. In fact, closer to 100,000 miles. Now, pull is very glitchy, so I'm going to take this slow and do an ample amount of quick saves, because my game crashed at pull last time, and there's been known to be terrain issues. And what I do, I didn't take it slow and cautious. I jumped in with... Okay, it worked. Well, I can't say that yet. I've always liked pull. It's like underrated. Like everyone says Drez is underrated, but I think pull is underrated. Come on, stop sliding. Zero. Okay, we are landed. Next up, which one's closest? Let's go to Lathe. North. So we need to go up and to on the planet because we can't go through the planet. We're just going like literally quite just around. We just sidestepped an entire moon. I love this game. Okay, there's the Lathe encounter. We're good. So I can just eat our way over. And we have 10 viewers. One more, and like we are beyond my viewing record for live streams. Well, tied with the viewing record. Now Lathe is a bit tricky because we have to touch down land. I mean, we could do it in Waterbound test that. I prefer not to. Also, if you saw my last run, oof. I don't have a design that can fail like that one did. But wow, that was painful last time I tried this on an actual run. Cost like what, half an hour or something like that? Okay, we are at 600 there. Okay, there we are. Okay, now we'll decelerate because we are going 20 kilometers per second. And that is no bueno. That is good. That's a more appropriate speed. And then, right while we get there, we can reduce it even more. Okay. Nope, too far. Okay, so that's Leaf. And then now, where can we go from here? Let's see. Okay, so, it looks like we have line of sight to Val. Now we don't have to fly through Jewel to get there, which is always a good thing. Flying through a gas giant isn't the greatest idea. Now we have Val, Tylo, Elu, and Drez left. And then we're done. But plus the return to Kerbal, of course. This is the most tedious part because you can't use max thrust because it'll blow up. Okay, on to Val. Okay, we're now on an impact trajectory for Val. Oh, I wish I could have done this with Val. Then I could have Val and Val again, because like that pun was like the only content that I could think of at that point. But granted, I only have to fill an hour and a half of commentary instead of what was it, like up to 6 hours of. I'm going way too fast. 14, 13, 12. Wait, I think I can make it. I think I can make it. Yes, I can make it. Okay. Good news. I wonder if you could warp through Jewel at high time warp. I probably could, especially considering this. Well, so now we need to go to Tylo, which is right here, and I do believe we have line of sight to Tylo. Yep, we do. So we can just go like. Oh hey, Val geysers. Like I've never seen this before. Ice volcanoes, cryovolcanoes. That's what they're called. Collision course to Tylo. Okay, we're good. Then it's Elu and Drez. So 2 more after this. So 3 more and then a landing at Kerbal. And we have just passed the 1 hour mark. I believe our chances of doing this within an hour and a half are pretty good. That is far more than 5 minutes per body. Yep, that's too close. That's close enough. Nope, okay. Okay, apparently the stream cut out for a second. I was just checking on what happened with that. It's back online now. Maybe there's just a bunch of lag. Can someone report on the lag situation? Oh shoot. What exploded? Shoot, I don't have that engine anymore. I'll have to reload. Okay, it looks like we have stream quality back. That was... Our internet sucks. Yeah. Asking about local recording this time. Unfortunately, I do not have that set up. If they discount it because it cuts out at some points, I can probably just redo it, honestly. It's not that much of an effort, and for some reason my screen recorder stopped working, but I can probably do it through OBS, but I don't know how to do that because I usually use the Windows one. So yeah, I'll look into that. I'm not super worried because I can just redo the run if it doesn't count. But yeah, I'll try and figure out how to record locally on OBS before that. Can't wait for... Hopefully, yeah. Why does my internet suck? Yeah, honestly, if they don't verify this one for the missing segments, I don't blame them. I will figure out how to do local recording next time and upload it later.
It should be better now.
Okay, alright. Thanks, Sarah. Alright, whatever. It's fine. Besides, what am I gonna do in that few seconds where it cut out? Turn on infinite fuel in the bug menu? Why is it? That's a rip. I can't land. You know, we still got 20 minutes left before my goal. We'll be a-okay. Because we just have to do 3 more landings, including this one. Which is the Jerez landing, this landing, and the Kerbal landing. Stop failing. If my internet would stop cutting out, that would be great. That would be absolutely great. If I could land this time, that would also be great. And if I could land and have the stream catch it, that would be great. Okay, I'm going 0. Okay, there we are. Landed. Okay. We are now landed. Drez. Target. Pew. Target. Pew. Oh, is my Discord paying a lot? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that. This is like what, the second, pretty much the second live stream I've ever done, like second proper live stream. Yeah, I'm not really got great at this yet. At this point, I wish I was going faster. The time warp. Okay, besides Dres, which we're about to do, I just want to make sure I've landed everywhere else, right? Like, hey, can anyone think of a place where we haven't been? So I don't want to like get there, get all the way back and realize, wait a second, I forgot something. What? Yep, I really... Actually, wait, I can do that now. Honestly, I will do that now. Let's mute the Discord while I have the chance. There. Should be done. And my camera fell again. Sorry about that. There's a lot of stuff. It's held up by a piece of masking tape. I should probably actually properly mount it. Okay, so that, we've done Maho, we've done Even Gilly, we've done Duna and Ike, we've done Minimus, we've done Dress, all 5 moons of Jewel, and we've done Elu. So now we can just set target as Kerbal, target, and for final liftoff of the game, and there we start spinning out. But that's fine. If we're almost done, we can afford it. For some reason, my chat decided to disappear down here. There we are. There's the chat button. Okay. And, just get me a Kerbal encounter and I'll be fine, please. Okay, we're good. Thank you for the congratulations, Mr. Shannon. Thank you for proving that this drive system is viable. And 390 days. What's the in-game time record for like all planets RTA? Like, I don't know. I might actually have a contender there as well. Whatever. It's gonna be dark. I don't care. I'll go north a bit. It's just what's his name? Phil Swift. It's like, I saw this record. Yeah, that'll put me in the desert. That's a decent spot. Well, I mean, so now we've sawed it in half. I wonder if it'll get to half of where it is now. Because I'm pretty sure, like, sub 1 hour is definitely possible. With, honestly, probably this no changes except for better piloting. We'll probably get to 45 with a better route. I'm not entirely sure about, like, anything else. But, you know. Early on in his videos, Shannon, you said a lot of stuff about getting the time down to something reasonable so more people will run the game. And that is definitely a sentiment I definitely agree with. Not many people will run an 8-hour run. Come on. Just get on the ground. Get on the ground. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. I can use my drogue chutes. I never use them, so. And next to old Cactus Joe, I tipped over, but I don't care because I'm back on Earth. And 1:18:53. 1:18:53. A significant improvement. I may be back at this soon, and I may take another like month-long hiatus from that. Yeah. But yeah. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. I will try and send this in to have it verified soon-ish. But yeah, I'll have to rewatch it first just to make sure like that none of the important bits got cut out in those internet whatevers and you know stuff like that. Yeah. I can't think of anything else to say except for probably pineapples, I guess. I mean, yeah. Yeah, thanks to all of you watching. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.